morning and welcome back to Akshara Beyond Infinity. In the previous video, we have discussed the pre-board examination paper Mathematics subject of SSLC 2025-26 till question number 18. In this video, we will be continuing the question paper from question number 19. So question number 19 is sum of first n terms of the AP 3, 7, 11 using formula. So how to find the sum of first n terms of AP? There is a formula Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d, where a is the first term, d is the common difference which we obtain by subtracting second term and first term. Then we have n, the nth term. So here the question is sum of n terms. So n is n. And then we have a as 3 and d as 7 minus 3, which is 4. So Sn is equal to n by 2 into, we substitute the values of a and d. And we simplify and we get 2 plus 4n inside the bracket. So taking 2 common outside, we get n into 2n plus 1, which is the sum of first n terms of AP 3, 7, 11, etc. Going to the 20th question. In the figure, a circle with center O is given. AP is a tangent, AB is the diameter, and angle OCB is equal to 25 degree. You have to find angle APB. So tangent is a line drawn to a circle, touching it at one point, and the angle between the radius and tangent at the point of contact will be 90 degree. So here we can see that OAP angle should be 90 degree. And angle OBC will be 25 degree. This is because triangle OBC is an isosceles triangle. What is the meaning of isosceles triangle? Triangle having two sides equal and the angles opposite to them equal are called isosceles triangle. So angle OCB is 25. Since OC and OB are radii, angle OBC will also be 25. So angle OCB equal to angle OBC equal to 25. So angle BOC will be 180 minus 25 minus 25, which is equal to 180 minus 50 or 130. So here we have now triangle BAP. In triangle BAP, now we have angle BAP is 90, angle ABP is 25. We need to find angle APB. So again, the angle sum property of a triangle, sum of three angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degree. So here angle APB will be equal to 180 minus 90 minus 25, which is 65 degrees. Next we go on to question number 21. Find the roots of quadratic equation 2x square plus x minus 6 equal to 0. So here we can use quadratic equation splitting the middle term, which will be easier than using the formula. So here middle term is 1 and the first term and last term product is minus 12. So we have to find two numbers such that product is minus 12 and sum is 1. So we get minus 3 and 4. So we substitute in place of middle term minus 3x plus 4x. We take common outside and we equate them to 0. We get x equal to minus 2 and x equal to 3 by 2, which are the roots of the equation. So same roots of the equation can be found by formula method. But here splitting the middle term and factorizing them is more simpler than using formula method. We move on to the 21st question. Find the discriminant of quadratic equation 2x square minus 6x plus 3 equal to 0. Standard form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the constant. And the discriminant is given by d is equal to b square minus 4ac. So here we can see that a is equal to 2, b is equal to minus 6, and c is equal to 3. So d is equal to, substituting the values of b, a and c, we get d is equal to minus 6 square minus 4 into 2 into 3, which is 36 minus 24, which is 12. So since d is positive and greater than 0, the roots are unique, and there are 2 roots for this quadratic equation. Now based on d, or based on the value of d, we can determine the nature of roots. If d is greater than 0, then it is distinct roots and real roots. When d is less than 0, then there are no roots or no real roots. And when d is equal to 0, we have equal roots. Now moving on to 22nd question. In the figure, find tan p minus cot r. This is again from the chapter trigonometry. Tan, trigonometric ratio tan refers to opposite by adjacent, and cot is adjacent by opposite. So tan p is equal to angle p, opposite side is 5 and adjacent is 12. So 5 by 12. Cot r is adjacent is 5, opposite is 12. So 5 by 12. So tan p minus cot r is 5 by 12 minus 5 by 12, which is 0. Moving on to 23rd question. A floor of an auditorium has to be paved with square tiles. The length and breadth of the floor are 112 feet and 72 feet respectively. Find the maximum side length of the tiles to exactly fit the area and total number of tiles. So here we have a rectangular floor of length and breadth 112 and 72. We have to pave it with square tiles. So to find the maximum length of tile, we have to find the highest common factor of 112 and 72, which is HCF of 112 and 72 by prime factorization method. So here you can see that HCF is 2 into 2 into 2, which is 8. So maximum side length of the square tile will be 8 feet, and area of the square tile will be a square, which is 8 square, which is 64 square feet. So the number of tiles required to pave the floor will be area of the rectangle by area of square, which is 112 into 72 by 64. We get 126 tiles. So 126 tiles are required to pave the floor of the auditorium of area 112 into 42. Now we move on to the 24th question. Coordinates of a rhombus are given as A 511, B xy, C 53 and D 27. They are the coordinates of a rhombus as shown in the figure. We have to find the coordinates of B, vertex B, which is given as xy, and we have to find length of diagonal BD. So ABCD is a rhombus of which sides, vertices A, D and C are given in coordinate form. We have to find this vertex B, and we have to find the length of diagonal BD. Now, how to find the coordinates of point B? We can use the distance formula to find the coordinate of point B. So, distance formula can be used to find the coordinates of vertex B. So, distance formula is root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, where x1, x2 and y1, y2 are the coordinates of x coordinates and y coordinates of the points respectively. So, x1, y1 is the coordinate of A, x2, y2 is the coordinate of B. So, distance AB will be root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So, here we have AD. We know inner rhombus, all the sides are equal. So, we can equate AD to AB, CD to BC. So, AD is 5 minus 2 whole square plus 11 minus 7 whole square. So, we get AD, the distance as 5 units. Now, we measure BC. BC is x minus 5 whole square plus y minus 3 whole square, which should be equal to AB. X minus 5 whole square plus y minus 11 whole square. If we equate it, we will get y is equal to 7. Now, substituting y equal to 7 in any one equation, we get x is equal to 8. So, now we have found the coordinates of point B as x, y as 7, 8. Or x is 8 and y is 7. So, you can see that here D coordinate is 2, 7. So, B coordinate is 8, 7. Now, how to find the length of BD? We have to find using distance formula again, which is root of 8 minus 2 whole square, which is root of 6 square, or length of BD will be 6. So, here length of BD will be equal to 6 centimeter. BD is equal to root of 8 minus 2 whole square, which is root of 6 square, which is equal to 6 units. So, BD will be 6 units. Next, we move on to 25th question or section. Write the quadratic polynomial whose sum and product of zeros are given to be 7 and 12. Also find the zeros of the polynomial. So, we know that quadratic polynomial is written as x square minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros. So, x square minus 7 is sum of 0, product of 0 is 12. So, x square minus 7x plus 12 equal to 0 is the quadratic equation, or x square minus 7x plus 12 is the quadratic polynomial. So, we can split the middle term. We will get minus 3 plus minus 4 is minus 7. Minus 3 into minus 4 is minus 12. So, when we split the middle term, we get x is equal to 4 and x is equal to 3. So, 4 and 3 are the zeros of quadratic polynomial x square minus 7x plus 12 equal to 0. 25th, we have an OR question. Find the zeros of x square minus 2x minus 8 and verify the relation between zeros and coefficient. So, x square minus 2x minus 8 is a quadratic polynomial, and the zeros can be found by splitting the middle term. So, we have to find two numbers such that the sum is minus 2 and product is minus 8. So minus 4 and 2 are the numbers. So we split the middle term. So we get x is equal to minus 2 and x is equal to 4. So sum of zeros, we have to verify the relation between zeros and coefficient. So the relation is sum of zeros should be equal to minus b by a. Minus b is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x square, and product of zeros is c by a. So here sum of zeros is minus 2. As we have already found the zeros, sum of zeros is minus 2 plus 4, which is 2, and minus b by a is 2. So both are same. So verified. Product of zeros is minus 8. Minus 2 into 4 minus 8. C by a is also minus 8 by 1, which is minus 8. So verified. So we have found the zeros and we have verified the relation between zeros and coefficient. Moving on to 27th question, which is from coordinate geometry. Ratio in which line joining a 1, minus 5 and b minus 4, 5 is divided by the x-axis. So here we have to use the section formula, which is to find the point xy. If point xy divides the line joining x1, y1 and x2, y2 in the ratio m is to n, then x is equal to mx2 plus mx1 by m plus n and y is equal to m by 2 plus ny1 by m plus n. Here they have given that it's divided by x-axis. So we can take the ratio as k is to 1 and the point as x, 0. So we substitute y because here y is 0. So 0 is equal to k into 5 plus 1 into minus 5. Here m is k and n is 1 by k plus 1. So we get k is equal to 1. So the ratio is 1 is to 1. Now we have to find the coordinates of the point. Since y coordinate is 0, we need to find the x coordinate. So x coordinate is mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n. Here m is k, n is 1. K we have already found out to be 1. So we can write as k into minus 4 plus 1 into 1 by k plus 1. So substitute k equal to 1. We get minus 4 plus 1 by 2, which is minus 3 by 2. So we got the point as minus 3 by 2, 0. So the point minus 3 by 2, 0 divides the line joining 1, minus 5 and minus 4, 5 in the ratio 1 is to 1. So this is all for today's video or this video. In the next video, we will be continuing from question number 28. And question number 26 is a theorem. So the theorems will be discussed in a separate video. All the important theorems will be discussed in a separate video. So thank you.